Here we have a rather unkempt privet hedge, and we're here to trim it. It's well overdue a trim, really is, and it's got so wide now it is collapsing. I only trim this hedge basically when I get a phone call, and I think I worked it out. It was nearly 18 months since I trimmed this hedge, so there's a lot of growth on it. Now I'm here only to trim. In a perfect world, this wants a really good side reduction. Just trimming it, I took about 2 feet off the sides, but in reality that wants to go back at least another 2, maybe 3 feet. But as I say, I'm just being asked to trim, so I can only do so much with it. But this hedge is also a good example of a lot of sort of day-to-day hedges we have to do. We all film, and I do, all sort of the nice ones. But there is a lot of hedges we have to do that, is perhaps they're not quite as showy, shall we say. But we just muddle along and try and do our best with it. On a hedge like this, the first thing I'll do is cut along the bottom, and it's basically to stop the waste dropping on uncut hedge. It's sort of when you clear the sheets out, it can make a bit of a mess, sort of drag it out. And then basically I'll cut in a little bit there, just trying to work out how far to go back. Once I've cut in and know roughly how far I've got to be, I sort of go along the front of the hedge and sort of slash the excess off, and then sort of fine tune it back to exactly where we want it to be. And in this case, tried to get it straightish. Taking that excess growth off sort of in 2 or 3 passes. The main reason I do it takes the weight off the end of the branches, and because it's collapsing, the branches are slowly moving back up. That's the main reason, but a secondary advantage of it is also you're breaking the waste up a bit, and you can get a bit more in the bags as well, which is an advantage, as privet does produce quite a bit of waste. But as you can see, with the sort of gaps in the face of the hedge, that is just where the hedge is collapsing. The branches just can't support that side growth, and it sort of opens big gaps up in it. As I said before, to get a really nice tight hedge, it needs reducing and really trimming at least twice a year. Privet is, in my opinion, one of the best hedges you can get for a domestic garden. It's very forgiving. And there's the top, and luckily for me the neighbour's been cutting the top, which he doesn't have to, but obviously he's been getting a bit too tall and irritated him. But as I said, I cut it 18 months ago, and looking in the hedge, that's where I cut it before. I actually took the top down back to my previous cuts. But one thing I did do, which isn't or wasn't ideal, I actually mashed the top. I basically cut it sort of inch at a time, as you can see there. Small clippings like this tend to catch quite badly when you try to rake them off, and being the top is so loose, if I'd raked them off I would have pulled all the front edge of the hedge out even worse. So it was the lesser of two evils. At this point it's just a matter of working along the hedge now. As I get along it, as soon as I get to the end of the sheets I will clear up and then move the sheets along, and do exactly the same process all over again. So now it's just a simple matter of gather the sheets up, hoik them in a bag, and move the sheets along. There is a little bit on the ground still, bottom of the hedge. It's purely where the hedge is out so far I couldn't get the sheets close enough. And there's one or two stragglers which I have to get off with the secateurs. And the last bit on this hedge we got to do is this bit tight down the side of the garage. It's mostly that top edge. I couldn't go to the neighbour's side and do it from above because no one was home when I knocked on the door. So it's a case of me squeezing through, and I managed to get to the bottom and work my way back. Luckily I'm not very big. And we're all finished cutting. It's just half the waste to clear up. I did actually cut the back hedge as well. That goes uphill slightly, but there's conifer in that. I can't sort of cut that down. And there's another view of it. It didn't come out too bad, but as the saying goes, it is what it is. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed. Thank you.